I am with Annette Kruger. Annette is a first grade teacher at Forbes Elementary. A couple of months ago, Annette, I was in a cluster meeting and I heard this phenomenon of vertical whiteboards. And I thought, I've got to figure out what this is all about. So tell me a little bit about vertical whiteboards and why you brought it into the school.
They're vertical non-permanent surfaces is the technical name. And the main thing is that it gets students thinking. When they are up and vertical, their brains engage more than if they're sitting passively at a desk.
So you gave them a problem to work on and divided them up into partners, and they're working on how they would solve that problem.
Right. In real time, I can see who's having struggles. The students can build on each other's thinking. They can borrow ideas from each other. They're more engaged. They're focused.
This is our theme this year. How do we put excellence into our work? And I don't know that I have seen a better example of someone saying, I'm going to learn something, I'm going to change my practice, it's going to lead to better engagement for our students, and then I'm going to spread that throughout the school. So it's a pleasure to be here and see the great engagement. I am with River. River is a 5th grade student at Forbes Elementary. River, we're here today to look at what we call an instructional practice, how we instruct students. So when you're with a partner at the board, who has what responsibility? What do those different roles look like?
So one person has the marker and, well, they can write it down, but they can't think by themselves. They have to have their partner tell them what to do. If their partner is stuck, they can give it to the other person so they can have the marker and they can talk.
I'm grateful that you have this opportunity to show your work, and it's really kind of an advanced learning process. The more we can understand how we're thinking, the more your teacher can coach you. She really just becomes a coach. You love athletics, right?
Yeah.
Every good team, every good quarterback needs a good coach. And you've got a great coach, and you're doing your best to increase your performance as a math student by being able to go to the board and do these things. So thank you for the time you're spending with us today, and thank you for being such a great student. I wish you the very best here at Forbes and as you go on and pursue the rest of your educational opportunity.
Thank you.
I am with London. London is a 5th grader here at Forbes Elementary. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience and how this has changed your learning?
We're able to look anywhere for work. She can leave the work up on the board, and it really helps to solve the problem after the problem we just worked on.
You're kind of showing your work for other people. Is that scary for other people to see your thinking?
Not really, because she told us that we can look on other people's work to help us understand it.
Isn't that cheating?
It isn't considered cheating in this because we're helping other people learn.
Right, and you're learning from other people. It's called collaboration, not cheating, huh? So London is not just for math. Talk about how you've used this for other content areas like reading or writing.
So I've used this for language arts and working on summaries, because we will read a passage and then it'll usually have a question like, what was the story about?
Okay.
Or like use some evidence from the text. If you get stuck, you can look how other people worded it, or if they used a quote and how they used it, and it'll really help.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. I wish you the very best in your schooling. Thank you for being with us, London.
You're welcome.
I am with Florence Pay. Florence is a professional learning communities coach, a learning coach at Forbes Elementary. We're here looking at this idea of vertical whiteboards. Talk a little bit about what you've seen from that and how that has gone from a teacher to more of a school-wide initiative. What's the process?
We were able to have the math team introduce this to our school a few years ago, and it's just kind of snowballed. It's been a great experience. We were fortunate enough last year to have Annette, our wonderful first grade teacher. She led a book study, and it was on the book Building Thinking Classrooms in Mathematics, and it talks all about using these vertical non-permanent services.
And would you say a significant majority of the school participated in the book study?
I would say we were over 90% of our faculty, and it was optional.
The engagement that I saw in that first grade classroom was incredible. That's a hard problem for first grade to solve. I was in my mind thinking through that. You could see their thinking. Yeah. Which I think as a teacher, when you can see the thinking of a child and direct that, you really become a facilitator of learning. So what's next with this? Is it school-wide right now? You're still in the process of acquiring additional space?
Again, Annette, fabulous person. She wrote a math grant and was able to get white books. All of our teachers have access to a set of those for each of the classrooms.
And there's a pretty inexpensive entry-level way to get at this if other schools were interested.
Yes, very.
Thank you so much for your work in coaching other teachers and taking an idea and helping it just move through the whole organization. This is how we improve as an educational community, as a school, as a district.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to share what we're doing here at Forbes.